So many people like to argue for the fact that they are not judgmental. And then there are those who maybe acknowledge they have some judgment, but they want to be less judgmental. They're actively working on that and they want that change. And it's so interesting because if you are saying you're not judgmental, it's inaccurate. Because this whole reality is constructed around judging things one way or another. A compare and a contrast can be a judgment, and deciding something's right and something's wrong, something's better, something's worse. Those are all judgments. It's really easy to look at very explicit judgments that we've decided you don't judge certain kinds of people or certain kinds of actions. But generally, judgment is so pervasive into every little minutia of our life that it actually has a power to clamp us down in a sense. So we're not having our full range of choice and full range of possibility when we are endeavoring to get it right, that we're not judgmental, or to avoid judgment. Now, saying that you want to work to be less judgmental acknowledges that functioning from judgment isn't your best expression of self. It isn't really a reflection of your true being. And so, is it possible to exist without judgment? Well, I'll ask you to tap into that for yourself and to perceive for yourself. For me, I'm very aware of a space, and it's like very clear. It's very crystally and open and bright and peaceful, where judgment doesn't exist. Now, I can access it. I can perceive it. I can allow it into my body. I can allow it into my world. I can interact with it. And at the same time, then going about our daily life here on planet Earth in this very, three-dimensional experience, integrating this energy of possibility of judgment-free is a different endeavor altogether. And my questions for you are, one, could you allow it to be easier? So most of the time when we have a judgment, it's because we are trying to align ourselves with that which we have determined must be the best right way to be, or avoid being wrong, which is, the bad, horrible place to be. So we're constantly teetering, constantly rocking our lives between these 2 points. And what if you looked at life as a whole spectrum? In other words, there's not just a light and a dark. There's not just a black and a white. There's not just a right and a wrong. There's this whole space. And if you remove the judgment of it, you're just perceiving, when something hits me like this, my body maybe clams, I feel heavy, I just get a sense in my chest, something just says no. Or if I perceive something like this, maybe it's, open, lighter, spacious. I wonder if that could be your navigation system versus having to define it and contain it and project it and fight for it and react to it. And you can just look at life and go, okay, right, I'm having a response and I am in control of what I want to do with that. And is it actually serving me to hold on to this judgment of rightness or wrongness, or that's pretty, or that's ugly, or that's funny, or that's stupid? Are these judgments serving you so that you can be engaged with the full expression of yourself? And if they aren't, do you have the power to go, actually, this isn't what I want to align myself with? And so what are my other choices here? What else could I be with this? That curiosity is your golden ticket to actual freedom from judgment. But I hope that you will be gentle with yourself, because we're talking about eons and eons and eons of this agendized integration of judgment as a polarizing force, as a self-subjugating force. How amazing and powerful is it that judgment will contain and slow you down and stop you maybe not ultimately stop you, but it's a pretty clever device. But the thing is, it's not greater than you are. So recognizing that this device has been in operation, it's been used as warfare, it's been whatever, it doesn't really matter. I'm not trying to bring up points of view for you about that, but recognizing that it's been a lot and you still have choice. So rather than fighting for that you aren't judgmental, so that you can wear that badge and that pride that you don't have judgment, therefore you're right and therefore you're a hypocrite. It's ironic. What if you just acknowledge to yourself, oh yeah, this is unraveling. This is something I'm working on. This is something I recognize a possibility of a future without this having me so clamped, and recognizing a future for all of us where we have the space to perceive where there's flow and lightness and higher frequencies, and perceive where there's swampy, slow, deep, mucky, by deep I mean, heaviness. And again, it's not that the light is better. It's not that the heavy is worse. It's not that. It's just recognizing what's going to offer you what you're looking for in this elevated ascension process for your own expansion, growth, evolution, and life. So maybe that's a little different way to look at judgment. Hopefully that's helpful for you, and I'll see you next time.